Marcus Gibson.
Start with questions that you may have for Marcus, you can raise your hand and we'll make a microphone.
Well, Marcus, someone alluded to it a few minutes ago with Alonzo, but I'm going to ask you the same question. You've played against Troy the last 2 years, and watching the game, there seems to be a lot of trash talking and a lot of stuff going on. And then reading the comments of Troy's quarterback Robinson after the game, he alluded to that there's no love lost from them towards the Cajuns. So you feel the same way?
Of course. I mean, our coaches kind of made it a bigger rivalry, knowing that, that they're friends with the Troy coaches. So, we wanted to give them a little something extra to talk about during the offseason. That's about it.
After Saturday, how much do you think tackling, just simple tackling, is going to be a point of emphasis this week?
This is going to be a big point of emphasis this week. I mean, we might spend the whole pre-practice doing tackling drills. I mean, we missed a lot of tackles. I mean, I probably missed 4 or 5 myself. And as a team, we missed close to 30. So, I mean, that's going to be a big point to, to get. And that's small, though. That's something small we can work on. I mean, as far as how we did against Troy, we held them pretty good. And, but it's just something small we're going to have to work on for next week at Oklahoma State, the tackling issue.
Well, Marcus, a week after Sean Southard had 200-something yards, you limited him to 33. That being said, you guys pretty much played, back off with 4 wide receivers. What does that say about the defensive line, those interior linebackers, to really kind of hold serve despite not having a lot of numbers in the box?
I think it speaks volumes about our defensive line. I mean, before the game, I told them personally, that it was on them, and they kind of knew it, and they were already ready to step up to the challenge. Coach Hudd even said something about last week, that Troy had questions about our D-line since that, none of the guys actually started last year. But they were always in the rotation. Some of the younger guys like Justin Hamilton and Christian Ringo, they were in the rotation of Mecca. So it just speaks volumes about the things that they did, and we didn't have to, come up with a way to get more guys in the box, and they handled their own down there in the trenches, and that's going to be big for our defense the rest of the year. As long as they play well, it allows us, to keep the offensive linemen on some of us smaller linebackers. So it speaks volumes about our defensive line, how good they're playing right now.
LaMarcus, obviously, Whedon and Blackman are gone, but what were the lessons learned in that Oklahoma State game? What were the memories of it, and what's kind of the key to handling the atmosphere there?
I don't think the crowd was a real big factor as far as the atmosphere in the stadium. I don't think that was a real big factor. We played in a couple big places, so that wasn't the biggest thing. I think the biggest thing to get adjusted to for defense would be the speed. They're fast tempo, they keep going and going. We thought we played a lot of snaps at Troy, but we've played Oklahoma State before, and we know how fast they go. But the same thing with Troy, though, that we can go back to the same way we played as far as stopping the run. If we kind of hit them in the mouth on first down, I think it'll slow down all the speed. It's no huddle if you're losing yards every play. So yeah, that's the biggest adjustment, speed. Just being able to play fast and get lined up against them.
Have you watched film yet of their freshman quarterback versus Whedon?
No, sir. Haven't seen any yet, so we're gonna get started on that today.
Well, Marcus, for you guys early on, your +7, the turnover ratio. Last year, turnovers kind of really drove the defense. What can you attribute that success of just getting the ball free and being able to get on it?
That was by relentless effort by the guys that are getting the balls out. It's something that we go over. It's something that we always harp on, getting three or more turnovers a game, and guys are actually trying to get the ball out, because we know if we can get turnovers, whoever wins the turnover battle usually wins the game. So turnovers help us a lot.
6 years in college football, you graduated, a couple of different schools, several really hard injuries to come back from. What keeps LaMarcus Gibson ticking? What makes you want to keep driving just to play?
It's just the love of the game, really. some of the injuries I sustained, like, there's a lot of times I wanted to shut it down, but I love the game, love my teammates, love coming out every day. It's a battle to come out every day and do the things with the team, you know, the workouts, the practices, the long practices, and just being out there with my team and laughing and having fun with those guys at the end of the day and seeing the faces after a win.
One guy that's been your teammate here the whole time you've been here is Brett Baer. For a kid that kind of struggled in practice to get it going, now he's one of the most accurate kickers in college football. What kind of a weapon is he for this team?
Man, we were talking about this earlier, actually, field position. Like, the things he does for the defense, I mean, make the offense have to go long haul. I mean, pinning them inside the 10, inside the 5, the kickoffs, and the kickoff team getting down there after his long kicks on the kickoff and pinning them back behind the 20. I mean, it helps us a lot on defense for him having to make the other team go the long haul against our defense, and you know, pretty sooner or later they're gonna mess up, and that's why our turnovers come in. So he's a big part of the defense, and then the offense. I mean, we haven't been the best in the red zone so far, but I know we're gonna get better. But I mean, right now he's been, you know, a crutch to lean on. I mean, a good crutch to lean on. When we get down there, we can't just punch it in. Brett Baer, accurate. The leg, we don't have to worry about it. He gonna get 3.
Marcus, obviously y'all done a lot of conditioning work since January when y'all started early in the mornings, but the other night for the game, a lot of you guys were cramping up. I seen actually you come off well as cramped. Is that just a matter of the number of reps you guys were out there, or you know, what did you think? What did you think about that?
I think it was more like the reps and the emotion that, I mean, a lot of guys were putting into the game. I mean, everybody was going hard. I mean, it was Troy. It was a lot of emotion wasted. I mean, we were draining ourselves with the emotional part, and just, I mean, like I said, the number of reps we played in the first half. I mean, they were going fast tempo, and they got a lot of snaps in the first half. So, I mean, but we started to slow things down. The better and better our defensive line got. So, I think we're in shape though. So it was just the number of reps they put in.
Well, Marcus, were you on the field when Juice and Brandon got into it with the Troy guys late in the game? And what did you see?
No, sir, I wasn't in. I was actually out against some water, so I didn't actually see what went on.
If you guys do have to play without Hamilton, what sort of adjustments have to be made, and just tell us a little bit about McCray as a player and what he might be able to do to step up.
I mean, Justin, he'll be missed. He will be missed. That's one thing. But we got guys that can rotate in. Like, we can play Christian at the nose. I mean, Brandon, he's pretty strong at the nose. I mean, it's no real drop off from him and Juice. I mean, both of them have the same type of motor, same type of attitude when it comes to being a force in the middle and holding that ground in the middle. And we got a lot of guys on the D line that we can rotate. All those guys have played nose, end, tackle. So they all know the position. They can all get it done.
Any other questions for Mark?
Marcus, one last thing. Can Brett tackle?
I seen him tackle some last year, so I think he can. I know he can.